second.
All rise.
Honorable members, a very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the National Youth Parliament session. We begin today's session with an oath or affirmation of our newly elected members. Secretary General, please.
Ms. Danya, who stands elected from Kolkata South constituency of West Bengal, will now take an oath on affirmation. Ms. Danya. Ma'am, would you like to take an oath or an affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In English, please.
I, Tanya, having been elected as a member of the lower house of the Youth Parliament, do hereby swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance in the Constitution of India as established by law, and that I will uphold the sovereignty and the integrity of my country, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Shriman Madhav Grover, who stands elected from Srinagar constituency of Jammu and Kashmir state, will now take an oath on affirmation. Shriman Madhav Grover, please. Sir, would you like to take an oath or an affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In Hindi, please.
मैं माधव ग्रोव जो राष्ट्रीय युवा संसद का सदस्य निर्वाचित हुआ हूँ, ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति श्रद्धा, निष्ठा, एकता व दृढ़ता बनाए रखूंगा तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाला हूँ उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धा पूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा।
Honorable members, as we meet today, it is my duty to inform the House of the sad demise of our former colleague, Shri Sukhdev Singh Dhirsa. Shri Sukhdev Singh Dhirsa was a prominent figure in the Shiromani Akali Dal and became Lok Sabha MP from Sangrur in 2004. He served as a Union Minister for Sports, Chemical and Fertilizers in the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. He passed away at the age of 89 due to age-related health issues. An able parliamentarian and an effective orator, he took keen interest in the proceedings of the House. He represented regional hopes and aspirations and played an important role in contributing to national politics. Prime Minister.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, श्री ढींडसा जी का निधन वास्तव में संपूर्ण भारत के लिए अपूर्णीय क्षति है। उनका पंजाब, वहाँ के लोगों और उसकी संस्कृति से काफी गहरा जुड़ाव था। उन्होंने ग्रामीण विकास, सामाजिक न्याय और सर्वांगीण प्रगति जैसे मुद्दों पर अपूर्णीय कार्य किए। हमारे सामाजिक ताने बाने को सुदृढ़ बनाने हेतु उनका प्रयास सदैव स्मरणीय रहेगा। उनकी शांत बुद्धि और अटूट प्रतिबद्धता हम सबके लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत है। मैं उनके परिवार और प्रियजनों को तहे दिल से अपनी संवेदनाएं व्यक्त करता हूं।
Leader of Opposition.
Honorable Speaker, Shri Sukhdev Singh Dhindsa ji served as the Union Minister. Besides contributing immensely and positively to the state and national politics, he was probably among the last great icons who were a witness to the eventful history of Punjab. We have lost a great son of the soil who served Punjab for over 6 decades. Vacuum created by his demise will be too difficult to be filled. My heartfelt condolences to his family and supporters.
The House will stand in silence for 2 minutes as a mark of respect to departed soul. Secretary General may convey a message of condolence to the bereaved family.
No.
Prime Minister to introduce new ministers.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I have pleasure in introducing to you and through you to the House, my colleagues, the new ministers. Ms. Suhani, Honorable Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Mr. Yashil, Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture. Mr. Parth, Honorable Minister of Law and Justice.
Question number 101, Shriman Aryan.
Honorable Labour Minister, is the government aware of the rising unemployment amongst the youth? What are the government's plans to address it?
Minister of Labour and Employment.
Yes, ma'am. The government is implementing schemes such as PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Startup India and Mudra loans. These aim to promote self-employment, vocational training and entrepreneurship among the youth. Additionally, online job portals have been strengthened to connect job seekers with employers.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, ये कैसा विकास है जहां देश का युवा डिग्री लेकर बेरोजगार घूम रहा है और सरकार कहती सब चंगा।
बैठ जाइए, आपको भी बोलने का मौका दिया जाएगा।
माननीय विपक्ष महोदय, एक बार अपने सरकार के समय की बेरोजगारी की दरों को तो याद कर लीजिए, शायद आपको अपना उत्तर मिल जाए।
पैरों तले जमीन नहीं, फिर भी इन्हें यकीन नहीं।
Question number 102, Ms. Tanishka.
Will the Honorable Minister of Education inform the House about the steps taken to improve digital education in rural areas?
Minister of Education.
Ma'am, under the PM E-Vidya initiative, we have launched Diksha and Swam platforms. The government has distributed tablets and encourage the development of localized content in regional languages. Internet connectivity in rural schools is also being expanded under the Bharat Net.
Question number 103, Mr. Amrit.
Honorable Minister of Environment, will you please inform what measures the government has taken to control the air pollution in major cities?
Minister of Environment,
Ma'am, the government has launched National Clean Air Program in 2019 to reduce PM 2.5 and PM 10 levels by 20 to 30% in over 100 cities. Measures include installation of air quality monitoring stations, promotion of EVs, stricter industrial emission norms and awareness.
इधर-उधर की बात न कर, तू इधर-उधर की बात न कर, ये बता काफिला क्यों लुटा? तेरी राहबरी का सवाल है, तेरी राहबरी का सवाल है, हमें राहजन से गरज नहीं। कागजों पर स्कीमें हैं और हवा में प्रदूषण, कागजों पर स्कीमें हैं।
अरे बैठ जाइए, शायरी का मुकाबला फिर किसी दिन करेंगे, अभी सभा पर ध्यान दीजिए।
kindly maintain the decorum, ma'am. Question number 104, Miss Adya.
Honorable Speaker, women's safety is a major concern in the country. Will the Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development be pleased to state the measures taken to ensure women's safety in the country?
Minister for Women and Child Development,
Ma'am, the government has implemented schemes like one-stop centers, women helpline, Nirbhaya Fund projects and lawn safety apps. The ministry also coordinates with the state government to strengthen fast-track courts and police responsiveness to crimes against women.
question number 105, Miss Lakshita.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, my question is for the Jal Shakti Minister. Sir, what steps are being taken to address water scarcity in rural areas?
Minister of Jal Shakti,
Honorable Speaker, as Jal Shakti Minister is unavailable, I'll be replying to this question. Ma'am, the government has launched Jal Shakti Abhiyan, focusing on water conservation and rainwater harvesting. Let me tell you, under Atal Bhujal Yojana, community-led groundwater management is being promoted. Additionally, efforts are underway to provide piped water to every household under the Jal Jeevan Mission.
question number 106, Shriman Ojas.
Honorable Speaker, I would like the Honorable Home Minister to kindly throw light on A. Whether the government proposes to include Bhojpuri language in the 8th schedule of the Constitution on the lines of Maithili language being included in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. B. Whether the Bhojpuri language is spoken not only in the country but also abroad. And C. The time by which Bhojpuri language is taken to be the 8th schedule of the Constitution.
Minister of Home Affairs,
Madam, there have been demands from time to time for inclusion of several languages including Bhojpuri in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. However, there are no fixed criteria for any language to be considered for inclusion in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, as the development of languages and dialects has been a dynamic process influenced by socio-cultural, economic and political developments. It is difficult to fix any criteria for any language to be considered for inclusion in the 8th schedule to the Constitution. The earlier attempts through the Pawa case in the year 1996 and the second LSUS question number 5018 for dated 1/4/2025. The Sitakant Mohapatra committees to evolve such fixed criteria have been inconclusive. The government is conscious of the sentiments and the requirements for inclusion of other languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Such requests have to be considered, keeping in mind these sentiments and the other relevant considerations. And ma'am, do you know, besides India, Bhojpuri is also spoken in many other nations. Since at present, there are no fixed criteria for any language to be considered for inclusion in the 8th schedule, no time frame can be fixed for consideration of the demands for inclusion of other languages in the 8th schedule to the Constitution.
Question number 107, Shriman Keshav.
Honorable Speaker ma'am, I want the Minister of Earth Sciences to share the details of A. The manner in which the government plans to utilize similar artistic initiatives to enhance public awareness about meteorology and climate sciences across different regions of the country. B. Whether there are any plans of the government to integrate weather science awareness programs into educational curricula, taking inspiration from this art initiative. And C. If so, the details thereof.
Minister of Earth Sciences.
Honorable Speaker, the Open Air Art Wall Museum at Mausam Bhavan Lodi Road, New Delhi, is the first of its kind artistic initiative in the country to enhance public awareness about meteorology and climate science. It reflects a vibrant visual narrative of India's meteorological advancement, history, and impact of weather on society. It has a series of reminders and warnings, as well as do's and don'ts in certain weather-related situations, including heavy rainfall, heat waves, cyclones, thunderstorms, etc. Similar artistic initiatives are not currently in plan. Yes, the ministry has been working continuously to integrate weather science awareness program into school and college curricula by promoting special lectures in meteorology, climatology, disaster risk vulnerability of India, preparedness and management. It includes talks, chapters about severe weather events, frequently asked questions related safety preparedness, with do's and don'ts, and all safety steps to be followed before and during such disaster. It also promotes information, education and communication, materials prepared by IMT, NDMA, etc. It also spreads awareness through posters, leaflets, brochures and social media posts.
Question number 108, Srimati Akshata.
Honorable Speaker ma'am, will the Minister of Irrigation update the House that out of about 4 crore 10 lakh hectares of net area shown in the country, only an extent of 6 crore 50 lakh hectares, which is just 46%, is currently engaged under irrigation. Subsistential dependency on rainfall makes cultivation and other areas a high risk and desperate professions. Where the government is busy. I ask where your government is busy favoring industrialists. What are they doing for the poor helpless farmer to improve irrigation?
Honorable Minister of Irrigation.
Ma'am, we have seen the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sanchay Yojana to extend high coverage of irrigation in a focused and comprehensive manner. Ma'am, we have also conceived. मैम अरे 2014-15 का पहले बजट स्पीच तो उठा के ले कीजिए फिर हम बात करना.
Honorable Minister of Renewable Energy.
Ma'am, I beg to lay on the table copy of papers related to the reports on the following. Identification of industrial sector promising for the commercialization of solar energy. Markets assessment of solar water heating in the Himalayan region. Delhi International Renewable Energy Conference.
Please. Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development, Ms. Meenal.
Ma'am, with your permission, I would like to lay down the following. A. A report of working group of subcommittee of National Development Council. B. Report on technological missions on oil seeds and pulses. C. Report on integrated nutrient.
Please. Secretary General to report message from the upper chamber of Youth Parliament.
Ma'am, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary of the Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament. It's that bill for the regulation of sports bodies 2015, which the government passed in the last session, has been rectified and ready to be sent for President's approval.
Honorable members, I am glad to inform you that parliamentary delegation led by HE Mr. George A. Farre, Speaker of the Senate, Parliament of Canada, accompanied by HE Mr. Mohammad Nasheed, Speaker of the People Majlis of Maldives, have accompanied us to witness the functioning of our House. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and a fruitful stay in our country. Now, let us take up the calling attention motion. Now, I call opposition member to call the attention for Minister of Agriculture.
Honorable Speaker, the new laws are detrimental to the farmers. The contentious reforms will loosen up rules around the sale, pricing and storage of farm produce. The rules that have protected India's farmers from an unfettered and free market from decades. Our farmers are mostly small or marginal. 68% of farmers own less than 1 hectare of land, and more than half of the number of farmers do not have enough to sell. The populous and poor northern state of Bihar has allowed unrestricted private trade of crops, but private buyers are few over there. India's foray into contract farming has been patchy, working mainly for a few commodities within limited geographies. Honorable Speaker, it is not surprising for the large number of farmers, incomes are dwindling. According to the 2016 Economic Survey, the annual income of a farming family for more than half of the India states was hardly rupees 20,000. Provide guaranteed support price and make it a legal right that farmers should extend to cover a wider range of crops. As for so long, they have been selling their crops in government-regulated markets or mandis in 7,000 odds, which are being organized by the committees of farmers, traders, landowners, and even commission agents, working as a middleman and brokering the chain of sales, organizing storage, transport, and even financing deals. We request the Minister of Agriculture to kindly give his explanation on the new farm laws and the motto behind it. To serve the rich, you cannot undermine the pain of the farmers.
Minister of Agriculture.
Freedom is about action. Viable choices. Choices that you can realize. Don't we need to think on these issues? The farmers who serve our nation are the ultimate sufferers. It is our duty to provide them opportunities to progress and prosper. It is the duty of my government to connect the local farmers to the global board. Honorable Speaker, the 2 new farm laws for agriculture and Modified Essential Commodities Act of 1951 for Agro-Foodstuff Act have been widely acclaimed as historic, path-breaking. There was a need for reforms in the agricultural policies associated by the liberalization for agriculture trade due to WTO agreement and rising cases of farmer suicide and agrarian distress.
Honorable Speaker, the protesting farmers, joined by their families and friends, have braved water cannons, tear gases, and choked the capital's border. They are guaranteed prices for 23 crops, and debts are waived off when they are unable to pay off loans. Now you say your government will get out of the way and asking us to deal directly with big businesses when they did not demand for this, then why you are doing this to them?
Honorable Speaker, I agree there has been an imbalance between domestic demand and supply due to poor state of market facility. The government intervention was very little in the agricultural segment. Thus, through the new farm laws, these markets would be liberalized and become more favorable for agricultural growth. Finally, I would say that the new Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act of 2024 2025 will ensure better prices for farmers and a better deal for consumers. Thank you.
Now, the House will take up consideration of the weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems, prohibition of unlawful activities, Amendment Bill 2022. Order, order. Honorable Minister of Defence may now proceed.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, today I not just stand as a minister, but as the guardian of Bharat's future, entrusted with the responsibility to secure our nation from invisible and unimaginable threats. Ma'am, with your permission, I beg to move the following bill. The weapons of mass destruction and their delivery system, prohibition of unlawful activities, Amendment Bill 2022. This bill is not just an amendment to an old act. It is a shield for our security, a statement to our enemies, and a promise to our people. Honorable members may recall in 2005, the government passed a significant law prohibiting activities related to weapons of mass destruction, including nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons and the systems used to deliver them. The act made it illegal to develop, manufacture, or transfer such weapons. But ma'am, the warfare has changed. Today wars are no longer just fought with guns and missiles. They are fought in bank accounts, on digital platforms, and through financial webs that fund terror from afar. The 2005 Act, however strong, did not cover the financial side of weapons of mass destruction activities. It is this dangerous gap that this amendment seeks to fill. Now, I may introduce the House with the key features of this bill. Prohibition of financing WMD activities. Anyone who funds or supports WMD related activities will be guilty of a punishable offense. Power to freeze and seize. The government can freeze, seize, or attach any assets linked to such activities. Ban on financial services. Institutions cannot knowingly or unknowingly provide activities that support WMD activities.
But Honorable Minister, how will this bill help in practical terms?
A very valid question. This bill gives our governments the legal tools to track, block, and punish terror funding through bank transfers, cryptocurrency, or front companies. This law will stop them where it hurts the most of their funding. रंग बिरंगा है परिधान, अलग अलग है बोली गान, फिर भी एक है हिंदुस्तान। Honorable Speaker ma'am, भारत हमेशा से गांधी और बुद्ध के सिद्धांतों पर अडिग रहा है। पर याद रहे, सुभाष बोस भी इसी माटी के पुत्र थे। अगर हमें धमकाया जाएगा, then I state that, I repeat myself, अगर हमें धमकाया जाएगा, then I state we will not stay quiet. This bill aligns with UNSC Resolution 1540 to prevent WMD proliferation via non-state actors. This bill is tribute to every citizen, a promise to our people, and a warning to our enemies. You may hide in shadows, but we will cut your lifeline, your funding. With these words, I lay the bill titled, The Weapons of Mass Destruction and the Delivery System, Prohibition of Unlawful Activities, Amendment Bill 2022, on the table of this House for its due consideration.
We shall now proceed to the question hour. Members may raise questions directed to the Honorable Minister of Defence. Question number 1, Mr. Warren.
How does this bill ensure innocent individuals and organizations are not wrongly targeted?
Only in the cases of reasonable suspicion, backed by evidence, can action be taken. There are judicial oversights and appeal options to prevent misuse.
Question number 2,
Why wasn't this financing loophole addressed earlier?
अरे कब से हो रही होगी ना इनकी सब
No ma'am, this is a
The House cannot
be conducted in this manner?
This is a very valid concern, ma'am. The 2005 Act was effective for its time. The rise of financial terror networks and non-traditional warfare have demanded an urgent action. Ma'am, 2025 is not too late. It is the right time to act proactively.
Question number 3, Srimati Tashi.
And what are the punishment for offenders?
Those found guilty can face imprisonment at least for 5 years, which can even extend to a life imprisonment, along with heavy fines and confiscation of all related assets.
Question number 4, Ms. Priti.
Will this law impact NGOs or research institutions working on chemical or biological technology?
Legitimate institutions with transparent records and purpose won't be affected. Only unlawful, suspicious transactions and entities will be investigated.
The floor is now open for discussion. I request this first speaker from the House to present their views. Srimati Charvi.
Honorable Speaker, in this digital era, funding travels faster than bullets. Terror outfits use cryptocurrency, fake companies and NGOs to fund destruction. This bill empowers our nation to stop terror before it starts. We must support it in the interest of national and global peace. Terror now flows through data cables and bank accounts. This bill plus the weak, I support it.
Srimati Gandhi.
Speaker ma'am, we are not just protecting India. We will not tolerate WMD threats at home or abroad. It strengthens our image and international ties. Bharat will uphold peace but strike hard at its enemies. Speaker Madam, I would like to tell the opposition members that this bill aligns with the United Nations Act of 1947. It improves our global image and shows that we take our responsibilities seriously. I strongly support the bill.
Shriman Vansh.
Honorable Speaker, as we all know, the terror today is not only carried out with guns alone. It is quietly funded through shadow networks. By equipping our enforcements with legal tools to trace financial footprints, this bill ensures that no enemy can exploit our financial systems. And I would like to let the ones opposing this bill know that this bill ensures that those who fund death cannot hide behind digital anonymity. I urge the House to pass it.
Srimati Shaini.
Honorable Speaker, let me draw your attention to the fact that India has faced repetitive threats from offshore accounts and fake charities. The bill is not just about laws, it's about preemptive intelligence. It helps us to intercept danger before it detonates. I fully support the measure.
Now, I request the first speaker from the opposition to present their views. Leader of opposition.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, while I appreciate the intention of the bill, I must express caution. There is no clarity on how suspicion is defined. There is a risk of misuse against political rivals or minority groups. The term suspicion is vague. We need clear definitions and safeguards to prevent the misuse. We demand stronger safeguards and accountability clauses before full approval.
Shriman Amrit.
Honorable Speaker, this bill gives immense power to the government to freeze accounts and seize assets. What if such power is misused? Freezing assets without due process is dangerous. Security must never outweigh liberty blindly. National security is important, but civil liberties cannot be ignored. A balance must be found. अरे हम देश की सुरक्षा करते करते लोगों के अधिकारों को तो नहीं छीनते।
Mr. Aryan,
Honorable Speaker, we must be cautious. Powers to freeze account and label organizations suspicious must have clear guidelines. What's the redressal if someone is wrongly accused? We cannot hand over unchecked power even with the best intentions. Every democracy in the world must keep civil liberties sacred. I seek an amendment to include an independent review panel.
Shriman Ojas,
Honorable Speaker, history teaches us that vague terms in the law lead to misuse. This bill criminalizes financing. But what about the inadvertent funding? What about the NGOs who are working in dual-use technology spaces? This is not a rejection of the bill, but a call for caution. Review mechanisms and define legal terms.
Srimati Tashi,
Honorable Speaker, we live in an age of surveillance. This law used to state sweeping powers. Do we have necessary safeguards in place to prevent overreach? Security is vital, but never at the cost of transparency and justice. I urge the House to delay the vote and send this to a standing committee for further review.
Honorable Minister of Defence,
Honorable Speaker, respected members, I thank the opposition for raising critical concerns. Constructive criticism is the essence of democracy. Let me assure the House, the bill is designed with responsibility and constitutional ethics in mind. Let me reiterate, there are provisions for judicial oversight. Innocent individuals or institutions will not be targeted wrongly. A redressal mechanism will be introduced via a dedicated review panel. But make no mistakes, delay could cost lives. This law doesn't silence voices, it silences terror. We cannot afford to wait for a tragedy before we act. Preventing terror funding is as critical as stopping terrorism itself. मैं सदन से इस बिल को पारित करने का आग्रह करता हूँ. This bill doesn't threaten rights, it protects lives. It gives us the tools to act before tragedy strikes. हम किसी और विनाश का इंतजार नहीं कर सकते हैं. Let Bharat rise together to defend both liberty and security. Thank you, Speaker Ma'am.
we shall now proceed to vote on the motion that the weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems, prohibition of unlawful activities, Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Defence Minister,
Ma'am, I move the bill to be passed.
motion moved that the bill is passed. Those in favour will say aye. Those against will say no. Aye. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House is adjourned for the day and shall meet at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Good morning, everyone. As we come to the close of the fourth edition of Kishore Sabha 2025, I now take the honor of inviting our distinguished guest of honor, Professor Dr. Kushal Pal, to kindly address the gathering with his words of guidance and inspiration. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. The Honorable Trustee Sri Pradeep Bhatia ji, Distinguished Director Ma'am, Poonam Newar ji, Malhotra Ma'am, Alaf Ma'am, Principals of the various Pata Public Schools, माय मेंटर मैम नीना जी, प्रवीण जी मेरे पास ही है। प्रवीण जी मुझे इनवाइट करने के लिए आए थे। वर्दी स्टाफ मेंबर्स, टीचिंग नॉन टीचिंग जो पर्दे के पीछे काम करते हैं, और बहुत ही प्यारे बच्चों, सबसे पहले तो मैं आई एक्सप्रेस माई सिंसियर ग्रेटिट्यूड कि मुझे यहाँ आपने बुलाया और आपसे ये इतना शानदार, प्रतीक जी कह रहे थे ब्रीफ एंड ब्यूटीफुल, बहुत शानदार, प्रतीक जी के वर्ड बता रहा हूँ, बहुत ही संक्षेप में बच्चों ने रखा है कि ये मुझे आपसे इंटरेक्ट करने का मौका मिला। और प्रवीण जी मुझे कह रहे थे कितने मिनट के लिए बोलोगे। मैं यहाँ पॉलिटिकल साइंस पढ़ाता रहा 28 साल के लिए दयाल सिंह कॉलेज में, तो सर थोड़ा सा टाइम मुझे दे दो। कुछ बातें बच्चों आप बच्चों के बारे में मुझे रखनी है। पहली बात तो मैं उनको कांग्रेचुलेट करना चाहता हूँ जिन भी शिक्षक साहिबान ने ये सब तैयार करवाया है। मैंने एक भी सवाल ऐसा ऑब्जर्व नहीं किया जिसमें कोई छोटी सी भी मिस्टेक हो, तो ये सबसे बड़ी बात है। इतनी एक्यूरेट इंफॉर्मेशन, इतने शानदार सवाल और इतने शानदार जवाब, ये बहुत ही रिमार्केबल है। मुझे लगता है जिन लोगों ने तैयारी करने में मदद की है, दे डिजर्व ऑल एप्रिसिएशन एंड ऑल कांग्रेचुलेशंस। और मैं जाने से पहले उनसे मिलना भी चाहूंगा। ये मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है प्रतीक जी, मैम पूनम जी। दूसरी बात बच्चों आपके लिए है, जो बच्चे इस हाउस में हैं, आपका कमांड, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस, आपकी क्लैरिटी बहुत जबरदस्त है, बहुत सुपर है। इसके लिए तो खुद आप ताली बजाओ अपने लिए, बहुत बड़ी। और चूंकि मैं पॉलिटिकल साइंस का टीचर रहा हूं तो मुझे पता भी है बातों का, तो इसलिए मुझे हर चीज इतनी इंटरेस्टिंग और इतनी इंप्रेसिव और इतनी रिमार्केबल लगी, मतलब उनके लिए वर्ड्स नहीं है संभव है, बहुत ही शानदार है। और जितना आपने संक्षेप में किया, जो मैं फिर अगेन प्रतीक जी को कोट कर रहा हूँ, जितना संक्षेप में आपने बातें बताई है ये बहुत ही शानदार है। और सभी बच्चों का कॉन्फिडेंस का लेवल बहुत ही हाई था, तो मैं किसी को ये नहीं कह सकता ये 21 और ये 19 है, सभी जबरदस्त है, बहुत ही शानदार। और अभी मैं अनाउंस कर रहे थे ये 4th है मेरे ख्याल आपकी, और मुझे लगता है ये प्रताप पब्लिक स्कूल की तरफ से इस देश के लिए बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन भी है अगर आप इस तरीके की यूथ पार्लियामेंट करते हैं। और मैं अगेन एंड अगेन सभी बच्चों को, सभी ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को, इस स्कूल की मैनेजमेंट को, डायरेक्टर को बहुत सारी बधाई देता हूँ, बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं भी देता हूँ फ्यूचर के लिए कि वो ऐसी एक्टिविटीज करें। नाउ कमिंग टू द पॉइंट, कमिंग टू द सब्जेक्ट, मैं अब अपने विषय के बारे में कुछ बातें आपको थोड़ी सी साझा करना चाहता हूँ। एक तो मैं 90s में मैंने एमए की थी, तो तब से लेके अब तक पार्लियामेंट की डिबेट्स को देखता हूं, उसकी प्रोसीडिंग्स को देखता हूं। एक बात के लिए और आप बधाई के बात करें, मैंने इतनी शांत पार्लियामेंट पहली बार देखी है, ये भी खास बात है। और इतनी शांत अपोजिशन ये भी पहली बार देखी है, मतलब बहुत ही शांत अपोजिशन है ना, आमतौर पर इतने शांत होते नहीं है। और ट्रेजरी के लोग भी या अपोजिशन के लोग भी इतने शांत नहीं होते आमतौर पे, तो इस बात के लिए आप बहुत बधाई के पात्र हैं। उम्मीद है कि जो देश के हुक्मरान हैं, जो लोग, वो आपसे कुछ इंस्पिरेशंस लेंगे और इस तरीके से शांति से पार्लियामेंट को चलाएंगे। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है, तो एक और बधाई के पात्र हैं आप इस बात के लिए। अब मैं कुछ सामान्य सी बातें आप लोगों से साझा करना चाहता हूँ। दुनिया के किसी भी देश के लिए एक विधायिका होती है, विधायिका, जिसको हम पार्लियामेंट कहते हैं हिंदुस्तान में, बिकॉज ऑफ इंग्लैंड से हमने संसद लिया है। अमेरिका में इसको कांग्रेस कहते हैं, आपको पता होगा। अफगानिस्तान में सूबा कहते हैं, जापान में डाइट कहते हैं, लेकिन एक लेजिस्लेचर काम करती है। ये बच्चों आपके लिए बहुत क्लियर मैसेज है, ये जो विधायिका है, ये जो संसद है, ये दुनिया के किसी भी देश का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। ये दुनिया के किसी भी देश का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। और चूंकि मैं पॉलिटिक्स साइंस पढ़ाता रहा हूं, तो उसमें प्लेटो एक बात कहता है, द किंग शुड बी फिलोसोफर, या फिलोसोफर शुड बी द किंग। मतलब उसमें दुनिया के किसी भी देश की बात कर रहा हूं, मैं भारत स्पेसिफिक बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, उसमें इंटेलेक्चुअल, बुद्धिजीवी, आप जैसे विद्वान, और पढ़े लिखे लोगों की जरूरत है। देखिए ना कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स काम है, कितना इंटेलेक्चुअल काम है, कितना एकेडमिक काम है। कोई कानून का निर्माण करना, कोई कानून में रिफॉर्म करना, कोई कानून में अमेंडमेंट करना, कोई कानून को बदलना, कोई कानून को समझना, ये हर व्यक्ति के बस की बात नहीं है। ये किसी भी टॉम डिक हैरी के बस की बात नहीं है। कानून को समझना, कानून को इंटरप्रेट करना, कानून को इंप्लीमेंट करना, कानून को बदलना, उसमें अमेंड करना और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट्स करना, ये बहुत इंटेलेक्चुअल टास्क है। तो मेरे देश का भविष्य सुरक्षित हाथों में है। अगर आप जैसे बच्चे, आप इस देश का भविष्य हैं, आप इस देश के भविष्य के लीडर हैं। दूसरी बात, अगर आप इस तरीके के मैसेज लोगों को दोगे कि पार्लियामेंट का ये काम है, पार्लियामेंट इतनी पीसफुल भी हो सकती है, मुझे लगता है ये मैसेज जाना चाहिए। ये मैसेज आएगा कि इस तरीके की पार्लियामेंट ऑर्गेनाइज भी की जा सकती है और इस तरीके से पार्लियामेंट को बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से चलाया भी जा सकता है। तो जो विधायिकाएं हैं, जो दुनिया की जो विधायिकाएं हैं, वो दुनिया को एक बहुत पीसफुल रास्ते की तरफ लेके जाएंगे, एक बहुत ही शांतिपूर्ण समाज की स्थापना की तरफ वो मार्ग प्रशस्त करेंगे। तो ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन है, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट संस्था है, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। इसकी भूमिका बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। ये जुडिशरी से भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये न्यायपालिका से भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये कार्यपालिका से भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। क्योंकि जो लॉ आपने बना दिया, जो कानून आपने बना दिया, उसी को इंटरप्रेट करना है जुडिशरी को। न्यायपालिका को भी उसको भी इंटरप्रेट करना है, उसमें तो कमी निकालनी है या उसमें उसको ठीक बताना है। न्यायपालिका का काम यही है। तो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण आपकी संसद है और संसद की जितने प्रोसीजर्स, जितनी प्रोसीडिंग्स से आप इस स्टेज पे वाकिफ होंगे तो ये देश के लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है। ये देश के लिए भाटिया साहब बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है पूर्ण में, ये मैं आपको बहुत ईमानदारी से कह रहा हूं और इसको आप करते रहिए। और तीसरी बात, इस तरीके की एक्टिविटी करने से एक नागरिक के अंदर उसकी जिम्मेदारी, उसके अधिकार, उसके कर्तव्यों का उसको एहसास बोध अवश्य होता है। ये बच्चे जो आज ये बात सीख गए कि इस सवाल का जवाब ये है और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल है देश की राजनीतिक व्यवस्था में, संभवतः इनको आगे से ये काम करने के लिए मौका मिलेगा। इन चीज़ों को समझने का, इन चीज़ों को पढ़ने का आपको मौका मिलेगा। ये पॉलिटिकल अवेयरनेस, पॉलिटिकल कॉन्शियसनेस और एक विजिलेंट सिटीजन के निर्माण में बहुत जबरदस्त योगदान है। इसको बहुत सिंपल एक्टिविटी मत मान के चलना, मेरे लिहाज से मैं ये एक नागरिक निर्माण में, एक विजिलेंट, एक समझदार व्यक्ति के निर्माण में, एक नागरिक के निर्माण में बहुत ही जबरदस्त भूमिका है आप लोगों की। चौथी बात मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूं कि हम लोग अगर चंडीगढ़ जाएंगे तो जाते ही हेलमेट लगाएंगे, बेल्ट भी लगाएंगे, लेकिन इधर क्रॉस करने के बाद हम नहीं लगाते। वहां भी देश के नागरिक है, यहां भी देश के नागरिक है। इन चीजों से आपके अंदर अवेयरनेस आए। लास्ट बात ये इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, दुनिया में जिस संस्था के पास पावर है, ये बात ध्यान से सुन लेना, जिसके पास ताकत है, जिसके पास पावर है, वो किसी भी देश को स्वर्ग बना सकती है, किसी भी देश को नरक बना सकती है। ये इंसान ही है जिसने यूक्रेन को, रसिया को, इजराइल को और पैलेस्टीन को युद्ध में धकेल दिया। ये इंसान ही है जो आपको युद्ध से बचा सकता है। लेकिन ये वो इंसान है जिसके पास ताकत है। ये डिपेंड करता है कि जिसके पास ताकत और ताकत का इस्तेमाल किस काम के लिए करता है। अगर वो ताकत का इस्तेमाल समाज के भले के लिए करेगा तो समाज ग्रो करेगा। आप आजकल मोबाइल यूज करते हैं, नेट पे चेक कर लेना। इस दुनिया के 3 देश ऐसे हैं जहां पे 100% एम्प्लॉयमेंट है और वो क्राइम फ्री स्टेट्स है, वहां पे क्राइम नहीं है। उनको बोलते हैं स्कैंडिनेवियन कंट्रीज। वहाँ के हुक्मरान ने, वहाँ के जो लोग शासन में है, सत्ता में, उन्होंने इस चीज़ को इंश्योर किया है कि इस देश के नागरिकों को ये चीज़ इंश्योर की जाए। लेकिन ये मैसेज यहीं से जाएगा। ये जो छोटी छोटी सभाएं हैं, ये जो छोटी छोटी विधायिकाएं हैं, ये मैसेज यहीं से जाएगा कि जिनके पास ताकत है, जिनके पास पावर है, वो किस तरीके से पॉलिसीज को, किस तरीके से कानून को आपके हित में फ्रेम कर सकते हैं। तो वो करते हैं, दुनिया के सामने मॉडल है। लेकिन मुझे लगता है ये आपका मैसेज बहुत दूर तक जाएगा जिस तरीके से आपने एक संदेश दिया। तो इसके लिए अगेन बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं, बहुत सारी बधाई एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी फॉर इंटरेक्टिंग विद यू। थैंक यू, थैंक्स सो मच।
Thank you so much, sir. for sharing your invaluable insights, which has added even more depth and meaning to our today's event. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. Volunteer has very rightly said. On behalf of all of us at Pratap Public School, I feel highly privileged to propose a formal vote of thanks on the special occasion of the Youth Parliament Kishore Sabha 2025. First and foremost, our sincere gratitude to our distinguished guest of honor, Professor Dr. Kushal Pal, Principal, Indira Gandhi National College, Ladwa Dhanora, Kurukshetra, who despite his busy schedule, kindly consented to grace the occasion. Sir, your inspiring presence and words have added immense value and sheen to today's event. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to Professor Dr. Neena Arora, Dal Singh College, Karnal, for being with us and encouraging our students. Thank you, ma'am. Our deepest gratitude goes to the esteemed trustee, Director Students Welfare, Mr. Prateek Bhatia, for his constant support and guidance, helping Pratap Public School grow into a premier institute of the region. Thank you, sir. A special word of thanks to our respected Director Ma'am, whose vision and encouragement remain a guiding force, and to our Principal Ma'am for her unwavering support and motivation throughout this endeavor. We also thank the Principal of Pratap Public School, Jungla Branch, for gracing the event with her presence. Our sincere appreciation to the parents and other dignitaries whose presence and encouragement is the strongest pillar of support for our students. I wish to thank my colleagues and the organizing team for their exemplary cooperation and dedication in making today's event possible. A huge round of applause for our students, the true torchbearers of this institution, whose enthusiastic participation and tireless efforts made this event a resounding success. Finally, our heartfelt thanks to the ancillary staff for their diligence and timely arrangements. Thank you once again to each and every one of you for making the 4th edition of Kishore Sabha 2025 a success. As Melody Betty once said, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. Today, we have experienced the power of teamwork and collective effort. Thank you all of you for your spirited participation and contributions. Let's cherish the memories we have created today and look forward to more such opportunities in the future. Thank you everyone. Have a wonderful day ahead.